This companion module to Module A2A provides more technical detail and hands-on guidance in the Donaldson air cleaner selection process. This module also contains several formulas for calculating engine airflow when engine manufacturer airflow specifications are not available. The color-coded Donaldson air cleaner selection chart is a way to visualize the entire air cleaner range for all dust conditions. This varies from on-highway trucks, buses, and boats on the light dust side to heavy-duty earth-moving equipment and mining vehicles on the heavy dust side. Let's assume that your vehicle operates in a medium dust environment. The first step is to determine maximum engine airflow requirements. This will be specified in CFM, cubic feet per minute, or the metric equivalent, cubic meters per minute. The next step is to determine the type of vehicle and its environment. We're assuming that your vehicle operates in a medium dust environment. Now let's assume that the engine airflow requirement is 600 CFM, or its metric equivalent of 17 cubic meters per minute. As the third step, follow the line on the chart matching your airflow rate. In this case, in the medium dust environment, 3 air cleaner families meet the 600 CFM, or 17 cubic meters per minute requirement. The chart shows they are the XRB, the FRG Style A, and the FRG Style B. Air cleaner dimensions, locations of the inlet and outlet, and mounting configurations are appropriately considered at this step. Using the airflow rate, the fourth step is to narrow your choices within these air cleaner families to the air cleaner model with the lowest restriction values. If there are 2 air cleaner models that will fit your parameters, choosing the one with the lowest restriction will generally provide the longest filter service life. In this case, let's assume your vehicle will take an FRG, a Style A air cleaner with airflow in the side and out the end. The FRG is an air cleaner family which features the newer, more efficient Donaldson radial seal design. This is an upgrade from the older FHG, FWG, FWA, and FVG axial seal series. Step 5 is to choose any necessary or advisable intake accessories. Depending on the vehicle and its work environment, inlet hoods, pre-cleaners, restriction indicators, rubber connectors, mounting bands, and clamps may be an important part of the overall intake system. See our Accessories Module A17 for more information. As you choose your ducting, allow enough clearance to service the air cleaner. Keep in mind the total restriction of the entire air intake system includes the restriction caused by other components, such as pre-cleaners, ducting, and elbows. A more gradual 45-degree bend, for example, offers less restriction than a sharper 90-degree bend. The shortest and straightest ducting on both the clean and dirty air sides of the air cleaner will minimize potential leak points. Earlier, we mentioned that sourcing your engine airflow requirements from the engine manufacturer is the recommended method. If that is not available, look up your engine in the Engine Airflow Guide in the Donaldson Engine Intake Systems catalog. There are some situations, however, where it may be necessary to calculate your engine's airflow requirements using the formula method. For situations where it may be needed, this is the preferred formula for calculating engine airflow. This formula for 4-stroke or 4-cycle engine airflow calculation is expressed for both English and international SI units. In a moment, we'll give you a table from which you can choose a value for VE, which is volumetric efficiency. The formula for 2-stroke or 2-cycle diesel engines in English or SI units also requires a value for volumetric efficiency. Choose the volumetric efficiency value from this table, which matches your application. These values can be used for either English or SI calculations. Please note that these values are guidelines. Electronic controls on modern engines can raise VE ratings to 2.0 or greater. This is one of the reasons why it is best to use the manufacturer ratings when they are available. This second formula is an alternate way of calculating airflow using engine horsepower. In this formula, SA represents the value for specific horsepower, which you should take from the table on the screen. This table is for use with the English formula. In the case of SA, specific horsepower, the English and metric figures are completely different. This table of specific horsepower values is for use with international SI calculations. Another factor must be considered in the case of high pulsation engines, typically 2- and 3-cylinder engines. The air cleaner intake airflow can negatively affect the cubic displacement of the air into the engine. To compensate for this loss in high pulsation engine applications, we recommend you multiply the airflow by the appropriate factor on this table. Note that no airflow adjustment is required when using Donaldson air cleaners made with high pulsation filter media. Choose Donaldson Duralite, ECB, ECC, ECD air cleaners for these high pulsation applications. Also note that calculations for turbocharged engines do not need a pulsation factor. This servicing information is provided as a best practices guide. It is not, however, intended to replace or supersede the service instructions supplied by your engine or vehicle manufacturer.